Apparently, Mark's doing the running, man. Welcome to another episode of AM Whiskey. I'm Aaron, and this is Mark. And today, I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited. I mean, I was just dancing, wasn't I?
You were just dancing, and
mean-
that kind of tamped down my excitement. But it's back up because what we have today is Jack Daniel's 12-year. This is batch 2.
That's batch 2.
This batch 2.
I'm happy to be having me some batch 2. What's this bottle?
Well, that's batch 1.
Oh, Santa Maria.
Yeah, so what we're going to do
Is that why I have an empty Glen? I get to have both?
We'll go ahead and we are going to taste and review batch 2. Try and get it a little bit of air here, and then we will go ahead and compare it.
Do you have a Jack Daniel's labeled glass?
I do not.
Well, I feel kind of lucky having the old
It's
Forester
Brown-Forman.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
So,
that's pretty damn close.
So yeah, we're going to go ahead and taste and review the batch 2, which is the new batch for this year. And then we'll go ahead and give it a comparison to batch 1 from last year, which was in our top whiskeys of the year.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
I mean,
we both really liked it.
We both loved batch 1 last year.
And I have heard some rumors that there might be some higher age stated Jack Daniels on the horizon.
I've heard the same thing.
I don't know.
I've heard the same thing.
I don't know if it's coming this year, next year. Definitely looking forward to it. We did call last year the year of Jack.
It was.
Is 2024 going to be the same? Let's find out. Oh. The nose again, you get... It's ridiculous.
It's more butterscotchy than I remember. Or at least this batch 2 is... I'm getting there's like a caramel, vanilla, a wood, but it's kind of comes across butterscotchy. And look at how thick it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's not running down my glass yet. It's still globbed up at the top.
I mean, I still get that just hint of Jack Daniel's banana, but I get a little bit of the nut. I get some chocolate. I definitely get some of that butterscotch. There's the oak presence there. It's one of the reasons why last year's made it into our top whiskeys of the year, was just how complex it was.
Yeah. That
it added a little bit of everything.
And it wasn't Jack Daniel's through and through. Or Brown-Forman through and through.
Right. It wasn't just that banana runt flavor. You got a little bit of everything. And this seems to be following suit.
It's in the ballpark.
I mean, I am getting kind of just I just got some chocolate there. Just that undertone of banana. Just very slight banana. A little bit of barrel char.
Yeah.
I mean,
I really like the nose on this.
I
think it's really, really good.
I could smell this for days.
The thickness on it for only being 107 proof is ridiculous.
Oh God, this smells so good.
Wow. I cheated. I already went to the palate.
I mean, I'm just kind of hung up on the nose here.
I was hung up on a nose. It's really woody. It feels a touch woodier than last year's, at least how it first came across my palate. It's still going right now.
So I definitely am getting some wood some oak along the sides and back of the palate. The front of my palate, I got kind of that warm roasted peanut kind of flavor, followed by that kind of chocolatey note, with just that hint of banana.
I feel like this is darker. Like, I'm not getting on my palate, I'm not getting the caramel, and
we'll see it now. Even on the finish, that's still going for me. I get a little bit of like a cinnamon. It's very slight, but it's kind of that baking spice. I'm getting cinnamony, but it's not like cinnamon red hot. It's like you sprinkle some cinnamon on your hot cocoa. Well, I mean,
it a lot.
it's
really good.
It's pretty tasty.
I'm getting a lot more caramel now all of a sudden on the nose.
What are you giving this? You need more time?
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit because the nose changed.
It needs to caress it a little bit. This is just the foreplay right here. I need to get down and dirty.
It's really good. It's really coating the glass. Lasts forever. It's really long. There was quite a quiet pause between the two of us there for quite a while. That's an indicator of good whiskey.
I am getting a pretty big. I get a lot of cocoa on this, a lot of chocolate, and a lot of peanut.
I'm gonna go 8-8.
Okay. I can see that. This is very good, but I don't know that it's tapping on exceptional.
Well, the reason
it's close.
It's real close.
But it's
real close.
Not as exceptional as I thought this was last year, and we'll find out.
The reason I didn't go exceptional, so this is really good, really complex. More dark notes than I remember last year. I agree.
You're getting some of this?
I agree with everything he said on the cocoa and other stuff, but last year's had that wood with a caramel, vanilla, and a toffee thing going on. It was a real good mix. I feel like this year's is just slightly off my preferred palate.
Really? Because I feel like this is sweeter than I got last year.
See, and I felt like it was less sweet.
Interesting. I felt like I got more oak on last year's, but we'll find out.
I'm about to find out. We may be correcting the statements here.
Yeah, I think I was right at about an 8.8 here on this. Maybe an 8.75. I think that's where I'm going to land, is an 8.75 on batch 2.
I think that's the first time this year. Welcome to 2024. Mark has finally ranked the bottle higher than Aaron.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. See, this nose is brighter to me.
See,
They are really similar.
They are very similar, but I feel like I'm getting a sweeter tone off of batch 2 here.
They're really close.
Yeah, I'm not getting as much banana here. More oak to me.
There is more oak on one. There is more oak on one.
See, to me, there's less of that kind of warm roasted peanut on this one. The chocolate is there, but it's not as sweet. There's not nearly as much banana on this one.
Yeah.
And there's not a ton of banana, but there's not a lot. Now, this was a fresh crack. This one's been open for a while, so
and I remember last
maybe that
year
has something to do with it.
Yeah.
This one took some time to open up.
Yeah.
We did like it better after it had been open. After, I know,
at least
from what I remember, you thought when it first opened, you were like, meh. And then once it opened up after a while, you were like, ooh. So maybe this is something we need to revisit.
Yeah, no, it's
But I think I'm giving this one to batch 1. I think batch 1 here is tapping on that 90-91 area.
Nice. So you're kind of interesting. You're kind of going with me there, huh? Yeah. I think so.
That's good. That's so good.
I feel like the one's a little bit off the quote unquote Brown Forman profile, right? Because the banana really doesn't show up. I'm not a huge nut lover. There's not really any nut here. He likes nuts and spice. This is definitely woodier.
I want to clarify. I like a nutty flavor in my whiskey. Just to clarify.
I may have said something wrong there.
To each their own.
I think batch 2, once this bottle, now that it's down here below the neck, once it gets some air, I think she's gonna be in the ballpark.
Oh, we'll definitely revisit it.
Yeah.
See where we're at.
I do. Two is darker. It's darker flavors with a little less wood.
I would say that, and again, I think the oak on this one really came out once it had opened up a while. So maybe this
just needs some time.
Is going to be the same,
and then it's going to become because it isn't an oak bomb, but it's a titch or two below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm going to give the nod to Jack 12 Batch 1.
Yeah, by a little bit.
By a little bit.
Yep.
They're both very good. We will have to revisit once this comes, get some air in it.
Yeah.
Gets a little bit, maybe opens up a little bit more, but it is still a very, very good whiskey.
It's super complex, right? It's not your normal Jack Daniels. It's something different. It drinks really well.
It just shows how good Jack Daniels is when they decide to, Jack Daniels is always going to have Old Number 7. Same mash bill, just younger whiskey. When they want to put out a quality aged product, it is really good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we loved everything that came from them. Their barrel-proof single barrels, whiskey, great. Rye, exceptional.
Yeah.
Their high-age stated products, good. Their bonded products have been good.
Yeah. Especially for the price point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's part of it. Like, so, I mean, do you remember what you paid for either of these bottles, roughly speaking?
This one, I think last year was like right around $85, $90.
Okay.
It went up like $10 this year. So I think this was like $95, $100, somewhere around there.
For the quality of whiskey in the glass?
For what you get, I'm not upset about paying that for either of these bottles. Jack Daniels gives you that value proposition that you're looking for.
How much would you pay for a batch 2? Right, because let's face it, I mean, there are a lot of bottles, but a lot of us don't always get the chance to buy it at MSRP.
I think I would if I saw that for $150, I would snatch it up.
Yeah.
A lot on secondary, I saw these going for $250, even $300. If I didn't have one and really wanted it, had never had it, I might pay up to the $250 mark on secondary. Any higher than that, I don't know. Again,
I'm real similar.
That's for me. We are lucky enough to have both batch 1 and batch 2, so
if I couldn't find it at MSRP, and my budget allowed me to, $200, I'd probably do. I think $175, $150, I probably wouldn't have bat an eye at, especially given today's bourbon prices.
I would hit that all day long. Yeah. That would be an automatic.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it, if you want a Russell's 13 at MSRP, you're going to pay that much. So.
And, at 200, that's when I start going like, oh, okay.
That's when I get a little tipsy.
When this first came out and it's hard to find, would I have paid $250, $300 for it? Probably. We were lucky enough to get this at MSRP. But now that it's been around, it's going to come out every year. It's still going to be hard to find. We know that. If you want to pay $300, $350 for them, hey, more power to you. I think the whiskey in the glass is worth $150 to $200. Maybe a little bit more if you really want it.
Let me ask a question. I'm just staying with this just for a second. Is this as good as Knob Creek 18?
So different.
In the ballpark,
So different.
I agree, completely different. In the ballpark, quality-wise,
Quality-wise, I would say in the ballpark, yes.
in the
Yeah.
ballpark for
Yeah.
Hardin's Creek.
Yeah. Again, different. I mean, those are both Jim Beam,
Okay.
and both much older. So you're going to get a lot more oak on both of those. But as far as quality, and again, here's where this comes in, is it's just that I want a Jack Daniel's 12. Do I want a Knob Creek 18? Yeah.
Here's my opinion. Like, I'm not leading the witness, but I'm leading the witness, right? I think it's as good as it's in the ballpark of a 4-gate. Like, it depends on what your flavor profile is. It depends on what you like. I think it's just as good as a Bardstown Discovery Series, right?
Of all the 4-gates I've had, I would take this over any of the 4-gates I've had. And those are $200 bottles.
There you go.
So that's what I said. Would I pay $150 to $200 for this? Definitely.
Heck yeah.
Definitely.
I think it's worth it.
At $250, at $300, that's where I'm going to be like, all right, do I not have one and really want one? And that's what the struggle we make with ourselves every day is. Ooh,
The nose
that
on this.
FOMO kicks in, and how much am I willing to pay to get this?
The nose just keeps getting better and better.
It is good. But
don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Thank you so much for this great batch 1 and batch 2 tasting and review.
Well,
Jack Daniels.
And if you liked this episode, stay tuned, because we may indeed do a review of Jack 10 batch 3. And like we did here, we may compare that to Jack Daniel's 10 batch number 2. I know. But not only is this a 10-year, where this is a 12-year, they also came out with the 10-year a year before. So we may also compare it to batch 1. So if you like this comment, you like this video, let us know. Do you want to see the comparison of Jack Daniel's 10-year batch 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah. Hey, please say you want to see it, because I want to drink them. Like, I mean, come on, help a brother out.
We'll see what we can do. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget, keep the whiskey flowing.
Have a great night.